Congress Party President Mallikarjun Kharge there addressing the media. He spoke about how it was a celebration of democracy. It was a fair and free election. Also, very importantly, he thanked the Gandhis. He spoke about the sacrifices of Sonia Gandhi. He also spoke about a brief phone call that he had with Rahul Gandhi, who is continuing to undertake that Bharat Jodo Yatra. What does the new party president mean for the Congress party? Let me take that question to our guests. We have political analyst Kapil Madan. We also have senior editor of Swarajya Magazine, Tushar Gupta. Good to have both of you on the broadcast with us. Tushar, how did you see the first comments of the new party president? Because all day long, there was a lot of drama. It was expected for Mallikarjun Kharge to be declared as the party president. He was seen as somebody close to the Gandhis, as a favorite as well. But what did you make of first the kind of fingers that were pointed by Shashi Tharoor, citing some sort of irregularities, and by the afternoon conceding defeat in a very mature statement?
Good evening, Ridhima. Good evening, Kapil. See, for me, it's old wine packaged in a new bottle, to use an analogy. What Mr. Kharge's statements were just the same old rhetorics that the constitution is under attack. They have to pick up a fight from the parliament to the streets. It's all the same. It's all the usual rhetoric we've been listening from the Congress for a very long time. What I refuse to believe, however, Ridhima, is that out of 9,000 delegates that were voting in this election, 90% of them believe that an 80-year-old man who's backed by the Gandhis, who's a favorite of the Gandhis, who may not enjoy that much support on the ground by virtue of his age or by virtue of what he has to offer to the party, is the right man to lead the party at this juncture. This is what I refuse to believe. Because look at the entire process. The problem has always been that the three Gandhis are unable to get the votes for the Congress. And again, you have someone who's backed by 10 Janpat against Shashi Tharoor, who probably brings some energy to the party. And then you had Tharoor's statements early on that people were being told to back Kharge. Now you had a morning, bomber that probably the election process was rigged. Of course, it's a party conflict. Its party has to sort it out. Sure. But for me, this is nothing new. It's again like we had during the Manmohan Singh era. Oh, look, there is a non-Gandhi prime minister. This will change things. This is a new era. It's again the same old wine in a new bottle.
Kapil, how do you respond to the criticism that's coming in from Tushar, and also the opposition, the BJP also saying exactly this, that we knew Mallikarjun Kharge is going to emerge victorious because he is somebody who's backed by the Gandhis. And what they're pointing out is actually some very interesting facts. One, you had a whole host of leaders who had already backed Mallikarjun Kharge openly even before the counting or the casting of votes took place. Even today morning, while the official counting was still going on, you already had posters that were up all around the national capital congratulating Mallikarjun Kharge as the party president. So then, was it even a fair and free process?
Now let us see, Shreya, how the
Ridhima this side, Kapil.
I'm so sorry. So let us see how the electoral process happens. Now, when the elections were announced, you had different people who there were news, and in fact there were reports that they would be contesting. We saw Digvijay Singh, was one of the contender. We also saw Ashok Gehlot as one of the contender. But finally, when the nomination process was over, you had only two candidates, that is Mallikarjun Kharge ji and Shashi Tharoor ji. And of course, as a political party, and if there is an election, of course you have to elect.
But even that's problematic, no, Kapil? Even when the name of Ashok Gehlot was doing the rounds, why did he withdraw his candidature? Because the revolt that we saw in Rajasthan had apparently made the Gandhis very unhappy. So they decided to pull the plug as far as Ashok Gehlot's candidacy is concerned. So then the entire narrative is that this is still being controlled by the Gandhis. You can have a face, you can have whoever, but it's still being taken, the decisions are still being taken by the Gandhis.
Ridhima ji, I would appreciate, please let me complete my statement and then you can respond. Now, the point I was trying to make is that in any electoral contest, you have people competing and you can only vote for the people who have completed. Now, see, in the context of G23 discussion, you had Shashi Tharoor himself, who was a part of G23 group. You had Manish Tiwari. However, Manish Tiwari has also supported the candidature of Kharge ji. So all I'm trying to say is that in a contest, you have people who will be supporting either of the candidate. Now here you have a situation where more than 7,000 people have supported Mr. Kharge. So that shows that Mr. Kharge enjoys the popularity, enjoys the confidence, and enjoys the confidence of the workers and the political leaders. That's the reason why he's been elected. Please also remember, when Mr. Kharge filed his nomination, there were more than 30 senior leaders that have, and they have supported his candidature. Now, if you look at it in contrast to BJP, how the elections have happened, do you have an internal democracy in BJP? In the past 20 years, if you see historically, Mr. Nadda was, he's just renewed his term. There were no election. There were no voice that there is any other individual who can compete with Mr. Nadda. The same thing happened when Mr. Amit Shah was selected.
Tushar, do you buy the narrative that's coming in from the Congress party or the likes of Kapil? We're also getting some